What can I say except wow?
Proofreader, proofreader, it's time to wake up now. He's coming.
Hi, I'm Sinfritz, and if you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. And on top of that, hit the like button on this video and turn on your notification bell. It helps the channel grow and it helps this video gain traction. On September 29th, Limerick Cadence Mansion launched to the world. About a week prior, or at least I want to say 10 days prior, I was able to get my hands on the game before it launched to really check it out and give my own opinions and basically review the game. Honestly, better than I thought it would actually be. Out the gate, you are told the game can be punishing just by looking at the difficulty settings. Essayist, Proofreader, and Master of Writ are your easy, normal, and hard difficulties. Once you're inside the game, though, you are introduced to Peebo, the hovering little helper bot that wakes you up to help solve a crisis that has befallen not just the mansion itself, but all of Night Sonnet Island. As the proofreader, your goal is to make it through the mansion, to the spire, and ring the bell at the top. But it's easier said than done, as you'll be juggling your health and your ammo as you dispatch of enemies in the forms of the Dissonance, a floating squid-like creature with some variants, the Cacophony, which is a living ball of flesh with spikes that patrols various areas, and Limerick himself. Ah, yes, Limerick. Yeah, that little, you know what? I think it's best to introduce you to him better than me trying to describe this little marionette.
Oh, proofreader, you've recovered. My master extends his warmest greetings and welcomes you to the mansion. We are sorry about
You are weak. You're born to the pain. Pathetic. This stranger must learn how to write. No stranger is this his sad plight. No spawn of the one who with me had fun. Come play and restore all the light. But not yet.
During your mission, you'll come across various weapons, like a pistol to protect yourself against said enemies, and a quill that can give you the power to use energy attacks. On top of that, you'll come across letters from the Splendor Point Poets Corporation, people who live in the mansion, and the envoys, men and women who were seemingly abducted and experimented on by the SPPC, to learn what has happened to the people in the mansion on Night Summit Isle. Some letters even have codes to safes that grant you access to more ammo, weapons, or even stamina and health upgrades. Then there's the Book of Anarcharisms, which is a series of notes that helps flesh out Limerick's world. They're all optional and not required to beat the game, but they help explain why Limerick is the way he is and where he came from. Along the way, you must solve puzzles, and boy does this game love puzzles, to open up more access to the mansion. While some of the puzzles were easy to figure out, others were a bit difficult. Thankfully, depending on your difficulty of choice, you can pass puzzles with a flick of a blue lever nearby. If you're on Essay It, the game's easy mode, you're able to bypass all regular puzzles with ease. On Proofreader difficulty, you can only bypass some of the puzzles. Lastly, on Master of Wit, none can be bypassed. They all must be solved. These puzzles, though, don't compare to Limerick's challenges. For example, the Circus of Rage is an awesome challenge room that puts you in a small, carnival-like maze with the game's antagonist himself, Limerick. This nasty little marionette will either float around or just randomly hop into an evil car or unicycle and just pursue you relentlessly. You might think to yourself, well, that's not so bad, But you're also tasked with solving 3 different puzzles while dodging him, with no checkpoints in between each of the puzzles. It's a bit tough to handle. Thankfully, scattered throughout the maze is these panic rooms that you can actually dive into and let yourself heal with a push of a button. Just make sure the batteries are charged so you can regain your health, your stamina, and the essence ability so you can use your energy attacks. But don't go using them against Limerick, as those energy attacks will bounce off them. Stick to your bullets. Once you do, though, you're on to the boss fight. And man, the 3 boss fights in this game are pretty dang good. They are larger affairs with some pretty impressive scale and animations throughout. The encounters demand full use of your abilities as you dodge the boss's attacks and the small mobs it spawns. The music accompanying these boss fights is equally impressive, and it leads to these incredible moments where you're just knee deep in combat and movement and they come together just perfect. I mean, look at this! Honestly, I hope there's a release for the soundtrack. I need this in my collection. All in all, Limerick Cadence Mansion is a really fun game for me, and honestly, I think others out there would like it too. It has those elements of Outlast and Myst rolled into one, whether it be first person or just finding and solving puzzles as you escape horrors beyond your wild imagination. You could do so by clicking on the link in the description below. It'll take you right to the Steam page where you can pick up the game right now. I give this game a 4 out of 5. I'm Sin, and I'll see you on the next review. Take care.